Today, I'm going to be talking about episode 3 of season 17 of Deadliest Catch. And in this video, Cyclone is going to be on the crabbing grounds. And the crab boats are going to have to face 60-knot winds and giant waves. This episode starts out with Jake talking about the weather. Really likes bad weather, but he likes the big waves and stuff. Just talking about the storm, how the boats take a big beating, and sometimes during the storms, the steel is 3/8 steel. Sometimes you can actually see the metal bend from the giant waves hitting the boat. This is how the episode started. Then it goes to the summer bay, and the summer bay is just getting to the crab grounds. They have a greenhorn on board, and he's not doing very well. Tying the pots and untying them, he's really struggling with it. While they're setting gear, they see a bunch of porpoise ahead of the Cyclone. They're also naming the string the Malin string, one of their former crew members, Malin, who passed away about 7 weeks before the start of king crab season. They're getting their gear set, and so they can haul it in 24 hours after they set it. Then it goes to the Northwestern. The Northwestern is in Akutan, getting ready to go Bairdi fishing, and the crab fleet has not fished Bairdi in like 2 or 3 years. So they have no idea where the Bairdi crab is because there's no studies of where it is, and they haven't fished it for a long time, so there's going to be a lot of trial and error just trying to find the Bairdi crab. It shows the Northwestern's crew loading cod into their bait bins so they can use that to bait their pots. And they were lifting a tub of ice. All of a sudden, one of the straps holding the tub moves the wrong way, so the giant tub tips all the ice onto the deck and almost hits Carl. Carl gets out of the way in time, but they have a big mess of ice to clean up. Then it goes to the Saga. And the Saga is out on the crab grounds and the weather is starting to get nasty out. Just finished setting their gear back, and Jake was setting his gear anywhere from 47 fathoms to about 41 fathoms. They had set all their gear, and they have about 2,100 pounds of king crab to catch before they're offload in about 2 days. That is equal to about 300 king crab. So they set their gear in different fathoms to prospect and kind of see where the school of king crab is. They've set all their pots, and a little after they went back into the crew quarters of the Saga, Jake and another crew member are up in the wheelhouse and they hear a big boom. They're like, what was that? So Jake has one of the crew members go up on top of the wheelhouse and see what was going on. Their life raft came off of the top of the wheelhouse, so they have to go look for their life raft in a building storm. They find it and they have to go battle to just get it back on deck, and what they end up doing was cutting it in a couple spots to let the air out so it'd be easier for them to haul it back on board. They're either going to have to get a new life raft or they're going to have to patch up the holes they put in it. Then it goes to the Lady Alaska, and the Lady Alaska is in Dutch Harbor, and they're just getting ready to go Bairdi fishing, and they have 80,000 pounds of Bairdi to catch. And Scott's wife is on the Lady Alaska, and they're paying bills and looking at bills they have to pay. All of a sudden, Scott gets a phone call from his daughter, and she is having some really bad heart problems, and she's like, I'm having a hard time taking care of myself and my kid. So Scott and his wife have a really hard decision to stay and catch their Bairdi crab or go back home and their daughter and their grandkid. Then it goes to the Northwestern, and the Northwestern steamed 20 hours from Akutan, get out onto the Bairdi grounds, and they're getting ready to set their gear. Sig and Mandy come up with a plan on where to set their gear to find Bairdi crab. And then Sig's like, I gotta go make a call, and he leaves Mandy to set the strings for the Bairdi crab. Then it goes to the summer bay, and the summer bay is hauling in their gear, and starts out a little slow, but then it really starts picking up pace, and Wild Bill's like, we're gonna set our pots back, and that means double duty for the greenhorn, who's struggling. And getting the pot opened, taking out the old bait, putting in the new bait, and then closing the pot and setting it back. Normally a good greenhorn and crew can get it done in about 2 minutes, but he's really struggling, so it's going to be taking a lot longer just to get it back in the water, and the crew is getting tired of it and annoyed, and Wild Bill's also getting a little frustrated, and all of a sudden a giant wave comes over the port side rail, and the greenhorn lands in a tote, and then he gets back up, and they get back to retrieving the pots and setting them back. Then it goes to the Northwestern, and the Northwestern is about to start going through their gear when Sig hears Jonathan over the radio. Jonathan tells Sig of Scott's daughter, and they're talking about kind of what they feel and stuff, and his concern for Scott and his daughter. Sig's like, we're gonna have to figure something out to get that quota caught, or that fishery will be shut down again for 2 years, so that a Bairdi population can recuperate if all the quota is not caught. And then it shows them hauling in their gear, and they're pulling a bunch of blanks, so they're gonna have to find some new Bairdi grounds to get on the school of Bairdi. Then it goes to the Saga, and the Saga is going through their gear. The crab starts out really slow through their first couple strings, and they're getting like single-digit numbers. They work through the night, and then on their final string, their first pot that comes up, it comes up with 24 king crab, and then the next pot they pull up comes in with 67 king crab, and the final pot that they pull in has 92 king crab in it. And that is a really good pot. You don't see a 90 crab pot very often. It's very rare you see that many king crab in a pot. In just like 3 pots, they get what they needed, their 300 king crab to offload their crab. Then it goes to the Lady Alaska. Scott calls the crew in to the galley. He tells them what's going on, and Scott and his wife decide to go back home, and the crew's gonna get the Lady Alaska all locked up and get it somewhat ready to go paleo fishing in January. Then it goes to the Northwestern, and Sig is scrolling through his contacts, and I was very surprised at who he called. I'm really excited to see what happens. And that person he called is Harley on the Southern Wind. That is going to be very interesting next week. And maybe the Southern Wind will be back again on Deadliest Catch. That is how episode 3 of season 17 of Deadliest Catch ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please share this video with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon down below so I can be notified when I upload videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you guys for watching, and if you ain't dreaming, you ain't living. Don't forget to dream big.